Hey, thank you for watching another episode of the Mike and V Bodybuilding Show on location at the Golden Corral.
The Golden Corral.
Celebrating new IFBB Pro, Troy Tate.
In the house. Birthday and inauguration to the IFBB.
Wow.
It's huge.
We both know Troy real well. We're excited to have him on the show.
Troy,
come on out. He's got a lot of people wanting to talk to him tonight. Hey, congratulations, Troy.
Come on in, come on in. Troy, congratulations. IFBB Pro, Troy Tate in the house. Well, I mean, Troy, I've known you for, God, we go back quite a ways, dude. And I think, you know, I've seen you come from third place at the USA's to a stretch of going down, and then now, dude, here you are, a pro, your dream. Tell me a little bit about it, dude, because I know firsthand how important it is to you, but tell us a little bit about being a pro now.
Well, it definitely was an overnight thing, obviously. And I realized that as my body grew, my muscles matured, I was going down to the wrong weight class. And I nailed it in 08 because I was younger then.
Right.
As I got, like I said, as I gained maturity and got stronger in the gym, you know, lifting the whole gym and then trying to sacrifice muscle wasn't quite a good thing.
Right.
And I remember you even texting me, you better go heavyweights.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm
Right.
like, it's done deal, dude, it's going to happen.
Right.
And that's where I knew I needed to be. And it's like, it's very euphoric to finally get there, but very surreal.
Right.
Now it's been, what, 10 days past being pro, and it's like, it's finally starting.
Sitting in.
Wow, I guess like by the 500th message on
awesome.
Facebook,
Yeah,
I think I'm a pro now, you know, so.
Mike was telling me about it, and he said, you knows you better than me. You were his coach for years. And he said, I had never seen Troy smile that big in my life. You're a pretty sincere, endearing guy. No thing there, no bad thing, but just the smile on your face and
when
that
picture that was on MD of you, dude, I was like, holy crap, look at Troy, smile from
I felt like I was living it with you because we're so happy.
Well, we're talking literally fresh off the stage, 5 seconds later, walking down the stairs. Come interview with us.
That's awesome.
How's it feel to be a pro? Well, it's been 10 seconds.
The greatest thing was it was your raw emotion, but it was your raw emotion, and that's what I love about the picture, dude. You could see it in you. You earned it, buddy. Congratulations on that for sure, dude. I'm so proud of you. Really, I am, dude. It's a hell of an accomplishment.
And a lot of you guys, in case you don't know a lot about Troy Tate, been bodybuilding for a long time, got a lot of overall titles. Got to know Troy just a little bit on Facebook, and then we had like a 3-hour, 4-hour conversation one night. And I learned a lot from Troy just from that conversation, and I wanted to be more like him as a bodybuilder, giving back to the sport, making it about other people. Tell us about that. I mean, because you really do care a lot about the people around you. You have a great.
And you help out a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people that you influence.
Well, I always feel like 2 heads are better than 1, 3 heads are better than 2. You know, and if we all kind of work together, we can make bodybuilding that much better.
Right.
And I see a lot of attitude that's not in the right direction that I feel. And a lot of prima donnas who feel like they're like the king of the whole pond kind of thing. But that doesn't, I don't think that helps the sport at all.
Right.
You know, if everybody spread their knowledge and helped each other, there'd be a lot more champions.
Right.
And that being said, bodybuilding would have a lot bigger prize money involved.
Right.
And we can actually start making a living from it, rather than going broke and trying to break off even.
Sure.
Because it is one of the most underrated, underpaid sports professionally in the world.
Well, and I think we can all agree.
But it doesn't have to be, dude.
Right.
Yeah. I think we make it that way.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
after talking to you, and I was probably going down that road, I was humbled, man. And I completely went going this direction, went a completely different way. And, I've been paying for it ever since. It's been coming back to me tenfold, and I owe that all to you, dude, whether you know that or not.
Thanks,
I'll tell you on the show, man. So, I always like to ask the question, what inspired you to get into bodybuilding? What did you see Arnold Schwarzenegger as a kid? Was it, I know you got a powerlifting background, which is probably what makes you, really great. But was there, Kevin Leroney, who was it? What was it? Was it your dad? Was it?
My older brother was a gymnast, and he has really good genetics. And I remember, like, when I was 12, he's 6 years older than me. He's 18, And all these girls were like, oh, you're so hot, you're so hot. And I thought, man, I want to be big one day, No, really. And even before that, when I was 8 years old, this is back in, like, 82.
Sure.
I was in Japan and Tokyo with my mother. Conan the Barbarian came out.
Oh,
like, what the heck is this?
Arnold again.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, this big-ass, huge barbarian looking dude with, like, 20-inch arms, or what, 21-inch arms. I want to look like that guy one day. I'm going to do what it takes to look like him. I have no clue what I need to do, but besides eat food.
I want to be like that.
I want to be like that and work out,
Yeah.
So that being said, that image being in my mind, then seeing my older brother getting all big from just genetics alone and training hard, dude, I was inspired.
But you have quite a a background in sports. I mean, aren't you like a black belt in like
Judo.
And
Very
then
cool.
you know,
and then powerlifting too. I mean, this guy could pull some.
well, this
serious
guy
weight.
seriously moves weight. There's no question about it. It's pretty goddamn impressive.
Trying to catch up to these guys.
Yeah.
No, you're right. But I mean, you have a really successful training business. A lot of turning some good guys out. You want to talk about that?
I got this guy a couple overall titles.
Well, yeah, there's no question. If you guys don't know, I worked with Troy for quite a long time, and I'm sure our paths are gonna cross again in the future. But when Troy took me over, was it 09? He came to me. I was probably 24 pounds heavier. 2 weeks out of a show, calls me up, says, "Let's do the Mr. Arizona." We trained, we dieted down for it. And, I went up against this gentleman right here. As a matter of fact.
Why didn't you come to me and ask me, get me ready for a show? I mean, you're all about Mike, but what about me?
My girlfriend knew you. I didn't know you. So,
That's why.
I know this cool guy named VJ. Who the hell's VJ? No, he's really nice. Then I met you. No shit, he is nice.
It just, we go back a long ways,
Yeah. But good job, man. Good job with all your.
Well, with me, we have had nothing but success, and for anybody out there that wants a coach that is going to be there, it's going to take you to levels that you probably haven't been before, and I promise you one thing, you will be the most conditioned dude in the show. There's no question about it. Come and talk to Troy. With that being said, Troy, how can people get a hold of you if they want to work with you?
You can find me on Facebook. You can email me at teamtate@hotmail.com.
Okay.
That's probably the best way to get a hold of me.
Okay.
We can exchange information from there.
Sure.
MHTH is my clothing sponsor, so they've helped me out a lot. You can get a hold of Josh Myers. You can direct anybody towards me through that.
Okay.
So they're a really good company. So.
Well, and with that, you want to hit them on the.
And this is actually MHTH clothing right here. So I'm always wearing their gear.
That's awesome, dude. I seen that Josh has been pretty giving to you, and you guys have something going on there. That's awesome, and he gives back a lot to the sport. As a matter of fact, we're going to have Josh Myers on the show, I think in August.
Anytime I needed clothing, a gym bag, money for the entry fee, NPC card, he goes, let me know what it is, I'll write a check for you.
And the name of the company is?
MHTH.
More human than human?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who else, Troy? Obviously, and I ask this question all the time, who else gets you to this point?
My girlfriend has been a huge support.
Sure.
Melissa Marks.
Melissa Marks.
Yeah. She's right
Iron
over there.
Dog. The Iron Dogs.
Yeah. George Farah, my coach. I've never ever hired a guru, and I'm so thankful to God that I did that.
Dude, and I remember you saying, dude, I'm going to hire George. It's expensive, but I got to do it. And honestly, bro, it was the best decision you made, obviously.
Every penny was worth it.
You look the best I've ever seen you.
He kept me accountable and made sure I didn't sacrifice muscle and overdo it. Like I've always done it.
What'd you weigh in again?
216.
That's the biggest. You looked like a professional up there. That was the thing. When you were on stage, you were by far the most dominant figure up there, and you definitely, hands down, dude. My hat's off to you.
Appreciate it for sure.
And you thought you had to hire a guru, and you're a guru yourself. So tell the people.
Working my way up to.
No, and you are.
Well, you are. You know what
you
you're
have
doing.
the hardware now.
But tell people what the importance behind having somebody is coming from somebody that just turned pro.
Well, yeah, accountability is huge, and credibility, obviously.
And do you think that it gives you peace of mind, Troy, when you let somebody else take control of the reins and you're able just to be the bodybuilder and not be the brains behind it?
The way I can have all my clients and figure out all that stuff because I know exactly what I need to do because my coach told me, it made the whole world of difference.
Right.
Because I never had to worry about me at all.
Right.
I just follow the weekly protocol and the regimen. When the diet changes, I follow it, done deal, now I can focus on work.
So I'd have to say, what's the next big question would be, when do we see Troy Tate on IFBB Pro stage?
Maybe early next year.
Really?
We'll see.
In the 212s, I take it? Or?
I want to go open, actually.
Do you?
Is what I want to do. I figured if I did everything correct this year and I put a 20-pound difference on,
sure,
maybe I could put another 10 pounds on, honestly, the guys I look up to are John De La Rosa,
sure,
Hidi Amagishi. They're not the biggest open guys, but they do well.
Sure.
They're top 10 material.
Well, and two, if you come in at 225, you're going to be on stage at your height with any of these guys that are up there,
And the way I train, as heavy as I go, just turning 39, I see that as a good possibility.
Sure.
Putting on 10 pounds.
Would you consider doing, if you were at the same point weighing in at 216, would you consider dropping down to the 212s and doing that classic?
Anything's a possibility.
Sure.
I'm never gonna close my mind for anything.
Because I think you would be really successful in that weight class. I think that you would.
You and a lot of other people.
Damaged, dude. For sure, bro. For sure.
What about the emphasis on nutrition versus the training? I always like to ask people because, you know, people think it's all about the training. I personally think it's 90% nutrition. We had Mike Morris on the show. He said 50-50. Where do you rate that? What's your percentage on that?
I think 70% nutrition, 20%, 25% training, and then, you know, whey protein, supplementation, vitamins, that kind of thing. So,
yeah. Well, so we got your pro show coming up in September. Look for Troy Tate.
Because I think you can't slack in the gym and do circuit training and lift 10-pound dumbbells, but have your nutrition 99%.
Right.
You're not going to come in big.
Right.
You're going to come in thin. You're going to lose some size because the food has to have somewhere to go and have a reason to go there to muscles.
Sure.
So if you're not busting your butt in the gym, I mean, that's a big percentage.
Sure.
You know, so it's got to be in the between 20 and 40% range.
Sure.
But nutrition does outweigh it. Because you can't eat pizza and ice cream and be a pro bodybuilder.
You heard it from the pro.
Not going to happen. I don't care how gifted you are. These other guys are just as gifted.
Right.
And if they're on a diet and you're not, you're going to get your butt kicked.
Sure. And going along with all that, having a great support system, and obviously your girlfriend, but you have family that's there behind you too, a lot of friends.
I had 10 out of 10 things good for me going. Is why I kept going.
It's awesome, dude.
The stars were in line.
Yeah.
Troy Tate, not only my friend, but new IFBB pro. I'm glad to have you on the show. It's good to see you, Vic, and I'm so proud of you, dude. Honestly, I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
You got it, man.
You guys,
Best,
again, guys.
Troy Tate, Vincent VJ Hils.
We're out.
Mike and V Bodybuilding Show.